a rainy morning in Norman. I'm Ryan Aber, joined by Jason Kersey of NewsOK.com. Jason, 11 a.m., Oklahoma takes on the Kansas Jayhawks. On the surface, not a whole lot of intrigue in this game, but there are a lot of questions to ask on both sides of the ball. But for you, who is your player with something to prove today?
I'm going to go with Sterling Shepard. I don't think it's not because he has anything necessarily he needs to prove in terms of production, but I think that he would like to get back out there and prove that he can get back out there. He's got this groin injury. He's tried to go the last 2 weeks and hasn't been able to. So that's going to be that would be my player.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with safety, Ahmad Thomas. Oklahoma's defensive backfield has really struggled the last few weeks. Nowhere has that been more evident in the safety spot, and especially Ahmad Thomas's spot. Mike Stoops has taken heat over that. He's the safeties coach. They need those guys to have a big game today, and it starts with Ahmad Thomas. Jason, a lot of intrigue in this game for a lot of different reasons. What is your pressing question going in?
My pressing question actually has nothing to do with the product on the field. My pressing question is how many fans are actually going to be at this game. I think this has the potential to be one of the lowest attended games of the Stoops era, or maybe the game with the most empty seats of the Stoops era, just because there's the rain. It's another 11 a.m. game, and I think fans are tired of that. And then it's been a disappointing season. And on top of that, the opponent is Kansas, and it has the potential to be a rout. So I'm interested to see how many people are actually going to be here.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with what offense OU uses. We saw last week we expected them to come out and establish the run early. Instead, they tried to get Cody Thomas in a rhythm. That didn't work out really well. Threw 3 interceptions, but after halftime came out and really ran the ball right down Texas Tech's throats. Now, Kansas's run defense is a whole lot better than Texas Tech's run defense, so it might be harder to establish the run, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of offense OU comes out in. Jason, our bold predictions have not been faring well lately. A couple of us have gotten pretty close the last few weeks. Haven't quite broke through it well.
Been me, so.
I wasn't going to say that, but anyway, let's see if we can turn the fortune today. What's your bold prediction?
I'm going to go with 2 interceptions at least by the OU defense. This is a secondary that's been much maligned. A lot of people, and fairly, has been criticizing them. They haven't played well. I think against a team like Kansas, they're going to have an opportunity for some interceptions, and I think that might sort of help get their confidence up, particularly considering how young they are.
Yeah, and I'm going to go on the other side of the ball, and the numbers aren't really lofty, but I'm going to pick Cody Thomas to throw for at least 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 or less interceptions. Like I said, those aren't numbers that have been very impressive when you look at some of the quarterbacks OU's run through the last 16 years or so. But for Cody Thomas, a redshirt freshman, making his first start here at home, I think those would be really solid numbers against a defense like Kansas. Jason, finally, prediction time.
I'm going to go OU 59-20. I think they cover the spread, and I think they have a pretty good game offensively and defensively. This is a really good sort of game, I think, for them to bounce back after the loss to Baylor, and then obviously the win at Texas Tech, but it wasn't won maybe the way they wanted to, and I think this would be good for their confidence.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with 48-20. I think OU's defense is going to be able to create some points on the other side, whether it's scoring them themselves or putting Cody Thomas and the OU offense in really good positions. I think Kansas's defense is really good, but I look for that to break down in the second half. I think OU's just too deep for them. So, but should be an interesting one. Again, 11 a.m. at Owen Field, Kansas at Oklahoma. We'll see if this is the last 11 a.m. game of the year. Bedlam in 2 weeks could be an 11 a.m. game too, but I know OU fans are getting a little bit tired of that. But you can check us out every day at newsok.com and every morning in the Oklahoman for the best OU coverage anywhere.